Hi, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And wow, Christmas time is here. Christmas time is near. I'm so excited about the holidays. Are you excited about the holidays? I am. I can't wait. Wow. And yesterday was the new moon as well. Aho. And then we have some other stuff coming up tomorrow with the winter solstice. All right. But before we do that, before we get too far down the road, I'm going to light a little sage. And I apologize if I sound funny. I'm not feeling really well today. My asthma turned into a chest cold, so here I am. But we're going to run smoke and sage the room and ask Creator Great Spirit in the four directions, the power of the four directions, aho, and universe, aho, to clear the room and clear the microphones and clear the computers and clear the airwaves, and that I would be a clear channel. A clear channel. My voice would vibrate out and I would be a clear channel of a good message, of a solid message, of a message that those who are listening need to hear. Aho. Aho. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, Mother Earth and the power of the four directions. Thank you, Great Mother. Aho. And thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman, for providing a space for all of us with Goldilocks Productions to do what it is that we do. Aho. Well, I hope everybody has had a good week. And I want to remind you that you can call in at 713-955-0332 and you can ask a question. You can get a healing. You can do any one of those things. You can tell me that I'm, full of something if you don't agree with what I say, because I agree to disagree. And what else? Yeah. So also want to remind you that I got a calendar, and on Thursday I'm going to be doing an event called a Winter Solstice Celebration, Grounding Magic Wisdom Rest. And the winter solstice is about coming out of the autumn time, the time of abundance, of gathering the abundance and gratitude. Aho. And from a year of growing what it is that we've been growing and we've been stepping into. And it's about a time of rest, winter, direction of the West, direction of the grandmothers and the grandfathers, direction of all our relations, aho, directions of white buffalo, direction of grizzly bear, aho, rest, Brahma, rest, wisdom. Are you ready to lay down and go to sleep and be in the magical world of your dream state, aho, and be present with and for the Christ consciousness, which is next Sunday, Monday, I'm not sure what day it is. But Christmas is just around the corner, the birth of the Christ consciousness. I'm excited for that. I don't necessarily believe a lot of that stuff, but I believe in the Christ consciousness because it was there's a lot of great messages there. And I, for one, I'm a follower of those messages because they're just good and healthy and they're vibrant messages. I hope that I am a good and healthy and vibrant message. And I would ask today, what are you ready for today? What have you let go of as of yesterday? The new moon, what intentions did you set? What intentions did you write down and place into the fire? To let go of, so you could move forward into a new time, into a new beginning, into the Christ consciousness, into the winter solstice, into January 1st, the new year, 2018. Are you ready? Do you feel like you've been affected by the Mercury in retrograde? Do you feel that way? And I want to remind you to comment and like and share this show. Let people know that I'm on the air and I've got something to say. And if you like it, like it. Anyways, I forgot to mention it's Taco Tuesday. So after the show, run out and get you some. Okay? Excuse me a sec. I apologize for the cough. It just, there's nothing I can do about my fragile lungs. It's a womb trauma that I've repaired. My heart, I've repaired the issue in the tissue, but the issue in the tissue, the damage was done long ago, 50 plus years ago, and that's something that doesn't get repaired unless I go to Sweat Lodge. When I go to Sweat Lodge, my asthma doesn't bother me, but Sweat Lodge has been canceled for last month and this month because of the high winds and the fires here in the LA area, and that's another reason that I'm feeling like this, because the smoke has been affecting me. So, back to the show, back to the subject at hand. What have you let go of? Are you willing to say yes to yourself? Are you willing to give yourself the fruit The fruit of your life, the fruit of your thought, your fruit of your manifestation. Aho, what is the fruit of your manifestation? Are you ready? Aho. Or are you kicking yourself because you don't have any money to buy gifts that people for people that, really don't need anything, but you're feeling guilty because you feel you should. It's out of duty. Duty is no reason to do anything. Listen to what I just said. Duty is no reason to do anything. And I apologize that you may not have the money for gifts, and you may want to buy gifts, but think about what it is people have and what it is they're doing. I hope. I for one, I don't give gifts unless you're very, very, very dear, close to me. But everybody in my immediate circle has everything they want. They have a home, they have clothes, they have food, they have cars, they have all that stuff. So I don't think they really need anything from me. But and I don't need anything from them but their love and their concern and their adoration. No, not really. Not their adoration, but just their mercy, their love, their loving kindness, and that's really it. Compassion. Kuan Yin, compassion. Aho. Do you hand out compassion? Are you with those who love you? Are you really with those who love you? Because do you love you? Do you know how to be with other people? Because you can love freely. Freely we give is the saying from Alcoholics Anonymous, from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Freely we give. Aho. I give without the expectation of receiving anything in return. And there may be a couple of people that I do have an expectation with receiving something in return. A loved one, somebody that I'm seeing in a relationship, that sort of thing. But, that's kind of expected. But even then, I try to do what I do and do it to the best of my ability and allow them to be who they are so they don't have to live up to my spoken or unspoken expectation. Now, are you living up to the spoken and unspoken expectation of yourself and others? Aho. Are you? Can you? Will you? Do you? A lot of us have a tendency to do that, and we forget ourselves. We're busy trying to people please and receive something from others. And fact of the matter is, when you wake up in the morning and you put your feet on the floor, when you're sitting in your bed, and you take that first breath, and you exhale. If you take the time to do that, you are giving yourself medicine. You are giving yourself love. You are giving yourself care. You are giving yourself nurturance. Aho. Do you give yourself the breath of life? Do you give yourself the breath of air, fresh air, first thing in the morning, putting your feet flat on the floor and allowing yourself to ground? Ground. Do you ground? Do you allow Mother Earth's energy to come up through your feet and fill your legs and fill your spine and fill through the coccyx, through the perineum, and through the superhighway of the spine, of the chakra system, the energy system? Oh, the energy points, the energy points, the energy points, energy points. Do you allow it to enter your body? Or are you running for a cigarette? Are you running for the coffee? Are you running for the keys? Are you running for the television? Are you running for the door? Are you running to get in your car to go to work? Are you running? Or are you taking time to come to? Are you taking time to awaken in the morning? I take a long time to wake up in the morning. I will get up at 6 and I'll be in the bed till probably about 7:30, sometimes 8 o'clock, because I come to. I read. I listen to a guy named the Leo King. He's an astrologer. Listen to him. See what he's got to say. I do some reading. I sit still and I'm quiet. And I'm with me. I'm with Mother. I'm with Gaia. I'm with Pachamama, Madre Tierra. Aho. Do you take the time to give yourself those things? Do you take the time to give yourself breath to your fire, fuego, third chakra? Do you take the time to drink water? Do you take the time to put your feet on the earth? I'm talking about the 4 elements. Are they present in your life, or do you avoid them like the plague? Are you living up in your head? Are you dehydrated? Do you smoke, which dehydrates you even more? Oh. Do you take enough breath into your body to stoke the fire, the fuego? I can, I will, I do. That gives you self-esteem. Aho. That boils that water in your second chakra. Do you connect to yourself? Aho. These are big questions. And you're the only person who can have the big answers. Aho. And they don't have to be big answers. They just have to be small answers of yes, no, Yes, no, yes. I apologize. Now, this week there's going to be a lot of hustle and bustle. People are going to be pushing each other to the side and shoving each other to the finish line and cutting each other off on the freeways and all these things. And how are you going to come into this time of peace, this time of brotherhood, sisterhood, and goodwill? Aho, goodwill. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does fighting for the last baby doll for your daughter or whoever mean shoving somebody or hurting somebody's feelings, cutting somebody off and giving them the finger? Is that necessary? That shows a degrade in who we are. I really believe that. It shows that I'm not centered and balanced, and I need to be centered and balanced. Are you centered and balanced? The center of the medicine wheel, east, south, west, and north, is a cross. And that cross is significant of being in balance and walking in the way of beauty. Aho, do you walk in the way of beauty? 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Call in and say hello. Call in and ask a question. Call in and get a healing. What is it that you need to hear? What is it that you need to say? Aho. Oh, and I forgot this morning's cards. If you allow me. Sorry. So you hate to do that when you're on a streaming video, but there it was. So today's card, the first card today I pulled was Raccoon. Raccoon is resourcefulness, and you have all the resources you need. I have all the resources I need. Are you resourceful? I'm resourceful. I never know where I'm gonna be getting the next thing from. And as a matter of fact, I can go into a kitchen. There can be 6 things in there, or maybe 3 things in there, and I'll whip up dinner. That's the kind of resourcefulness I have. I'm just that way. And the next card was Otter, surrender, let go of control. My producer Tiffany and I were just talking before the show about the stuff that's happening in my life, and stuff that's not so great, and I'm letting go because there's nothing I can do about it. I don't want to do anything about it. I want to just it's none of my business the way people perform, the way people act, the way people don't perform. I hope that's none of my business. What is my business is how I perform, and I even have to let go of myself and let myself float in the water when the riptide is trying to pull me in, and then the water allows me to float out to a place where I can swim back into the shore, and I have to surrender. I hope. Surrendering is becoming empowered, being empowered over those things. I hope. And some people don't realize that. And the next card is Opossum. Possum. Isn't there a song like that? Opossum, opossum. Anyways, strategy. Have a backup plan. Do I have a backup plan? Not yet, because I'm supposed to be moving to Sedona, and there was a little glitch in that. But, I'm still going to go to Sedona, and I'm going to do my events there and figure out how that's going to work out, because I'm really wanting to move there. I really need to be there. I really think the energies of this show and the power of what I do will change and shift, because it's going to change and shift. And, because I make it so. Aho. I manifest. I'm a manifester. I say it is, and blessed be. Aho. So the last card is the white horse. Freedom. Freedom. I always have a choice. Do you have a choice? Are you making choices in your life? Or are you just going with the flow? You don't need to be going with the flow when you have choices. When you go with the flow, you have forgotten about what your power is. Who is empowered and what power is. Aho. I know what power is. Horse is a magnificent creature. Horse is symbolic of flying. Aho. When the medicine man or a chief goes in to talk to the next village about creating peace, that medicine man, that chief, rides in or takes a white horse with him. Aho. It's symbolic of freedom. It's symbolic of peace. And do you make choices for yourself? Do you give yourself choices? What is it you give yourself? What is it you're not willing to give yourself? Will you? Can you? Do you? Aho. Aho. So, Yeah, 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. You know, and what are the I pull the cards daily, and it's not that I live my life based on the cards, but the cards seem to show up based on how I walk in my life, and that's just the way things go. And I just check in with them, and there's people who I check in with, like the Leo King and a couple of other folks that are mediums and psychics and that sort of thing. But I don't go with their word 100% because I would probably be a fool if I did that, and I can't. I have to be prudent. And that's not saying that there's anything wrong with psychics or mediums. They do a great job, and they give me some powerful information when it's necessary. But I try to live in my instinct. I try to live in my knowing and in my doing and what it is I do, what it is I know, who and what it is I am. Aho. And that's a powerful, powerful, powerful statement. I want to remind you that you're listening and watching the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Aho. And you can dial in and ask a question at 713-955-0332. Or if you want to contact me about getting a healing, you can reach me at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can reach me at area code 818-442-1717. And speaking of that, I am offering a package of 5 sessions, 2 energy healing sessions, and 3 mentoring sessions for $500. That's normally a price of $840, so you're going to save yourself $340 to like maybe make a car payment. Or something like that, or buy yourself something really snazzy, But give yourself the gift of transformation. Give yourself the gift of transition, transmutation, transcendence, and allow yourself to climb onto the catapult and be catapulted into a 4th dimension that you've never known. Give yourself the newness of life. Let go of the old and move into the new. You can't move into new while you're kung fu gripping the old. You can't. You just can't. Excuse me. I apologize. So, what is it that you want for yourself, really? Do you want to spin and spin and spin about what other people are doing and how they're not doing it right and how they're not doing it the way you would do it, and you know a better way, but you do nothing? And you do nothing, and you continue to do nothing, but you talk about a big game, you talk a big game, but you don't take the steps, right foot, divine masculine side of giving, moving forward with your right leg, and follow up with your left leg, divine feminine side of receiving. Do you give to yourself? Will you give to yourself? Can you give to yourself? And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's a big world out there. It's a big, 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 big world out there. I want to talk about one more thing. On the 28th of December, migraines, vertigo, and dizziness, grounding, and being in your body. Do you suffer from vertigo? Do you suffer from dizziness? Do you suffer from migraines? Do you have foggy? Are you foggy? And you don't understand why. And I will tell you that to understand why is you need to understand that you're not living in your body. You're not living in your soul. You're not living in your feet. You're not grounded. You're living up here in the ethereal world, and we can't live up here. We can go here sometimes, but we can't stay here because this isn't where life is lived. Life is lived in the body, in the soul, in the breath, in the water, in the fire, in the ground. It's lived in the 4 elements. Are you able to live in the 4 elements? And on the 28th of December, at Hands to Health Wellness Center in Monrovia, I will be having a workshop and teaching you how to ground, how to be in your body, how to be in your breath, how to give yourself breath that passes through your heart space, through your lungs, and stokes your fire, your fuego. I can, I will, I do, I am. And it grows that fire bigger. And that big fire, as you take that breath in, heats that water and boils that water and boils it over and allows it to spill over into your root, your ground, your foundation. So come on the 28th. It's a $40 fee for the event. and it's going to be a great event. There's, if you've been suffering with migraines, why suffer? I don't have migraines anymore. I used to suffer with migraines, and for me, it was chemical. Along with my lungs, I can't smell the wrong type of chemicals because the wrong type of chemicals will create that process of the migraine, and it's not fun for me. It's just not a good time. Just like this cough, it's not a good time for me. So, anyways, what do you want to give yourself? What do you give yourself? Give yourself that for the new year. Let go of the migraines and start to learn how to come into your soul, come into your body, come out of your head. Many of us live in our heads. You hear about people who have tumors and cancer and in the brain and all kinds of things, but they spend a lot of time here in the third eye, here in the seventh, in the crown chakra, in the upper world, and it's because they're blocked in the fifth chakra. They're blocked in their communication, in their what they have to say, or what they won't say, or what they can't say. I apologize for my cough, and I didn't bring water for myself because I was drinking mushroom coffee. How about that? So anyways, learn how to come out of your head and learn to be in your body on December 28th at Hands to Health Wellness Center at 122 East Walnut Avenue, Suite C, and that's at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30. It's going to be an amazing event. We're even going to journey that night, and you receive a healing from me. Everybody's going to receive a healing, I hope. So, new moon, the new moon, the winter solstice, the Christ consciousness, birth of Christ consciousness, and the new year. It's no mistake that they come where they come. And they're all together, lined up. And Mercury in retrograde. Oh my gosh, how many of you are freaking out about that? Don't hold on to that energy. That energy is a distraction, and it's going to be around for a little while. It ends on Saturday, but it's going to be around for 5 days after. So be cognizant of that and pay attention to that. But don't let it hold your attention. Allow your attention to be held by the things that you're doing in front of you. By where your feet walk, by where your voice travels, by the way you vibrate out. Vibrate out. Go tell it on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain. Write it down. Go and tell. The Bible talks about these things. It talks about the Christ consciousness. The king is born. The child is born. The new dispensation is here. When will you give yourself a new dispensation? Are you worried about what that sounds like? Because this isn't about religion. This is about your spirit. This is about your soul. This is about who and what you are and who and what you are meant to be and what you're willing to give yourself. Can you? Will you? Do you? Will you give yourself the things necessary? Will you tune into the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show to see what that guy's talking about? Walking what? Crow what? Who? What? Walking crow. What's that? What's that? Crow medicine is shapeshifter. It moves from darkness to light. It's the keeper of the sacred law. It's alchemy. Change. Do you want to change? I am here to help you in your change. I'm here to help you move forward into your change. Into the change that you want, not the change in your pocket. Not the change in your car ashtray. Not the change on the dresser in your room or in your kitchen or whatever. But change in your soul. Change in your spirit. Change in who and what you want to be. Who and what you have always been. What is it that you want? And how can you get there? The first thing to do is put your feet flat on the floor and breathe. It's that simple, folks. It's that simple. Learn the chakra system. So you understand the energy points of your body and how they relate to different parts of your body, different organs, different emotions, different happenings in your body, happenings outside in the world, how you relate to that. Learn the chakra system. Learn the medicine wheel. I'm a firm believer that not enough people talk about the medicine wheel because it directly relates to the body, to the soul, to the wounds when we're trying to overcome and And if we're not in our awareness of the four elements of the four directions of the medicine wheel, the four medicines, the four tribes, then we're at a deficit for moving forward and getting healthy. Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to have a healthy soul? Do you want to move forward in your life? I ask these questions all the time. Can you, will you, do you? And it's not always easy. I have a friend, Angela Jean Hartnett. She talks about awakening, coming into your awakening. And do you want to awaken? Do you know what it means to be awakened? In your consciousness. In your light. Because being in your consciousness, being in your light, being in your soul is not fun. It is not fun at all. It hurts watching other people suffer. It hurts not being able to do something about something that you have no control over. It hurts watching a country being plundered like it's being plundered right now here in these United States. That hurts. But what do I do about it? And sometimes the best you can do, sometimes the only thing we can do is stand in our place and vibrate out good and vibrate out love and vibrate out and vibrate out and vibrate out and hold space for those who don't know how to. Because there are those who don't know how to. And what are you willing to give up for yourself? What are you willing to give up to come into your soul, into your consciousness and your likeness of being? There was a young man that came across a rabbi named Yeshua, and Yeshua said, you leave everything and come with me. And he couldn't do it. The guy couldn't do it. The guy was afraid that that he was going to have to give up his rich life, his riches. Wow, what a bummer. You're looking at a guy, Walking Crow, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine and Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show, who has given everything up and willing to walk in my feet, walk in my source, walk in my soul. And it's not about Yeshua. It's not about Jesus. It's not about any of that. It's about me. It's about the God within. It's about being balanced and centered. Can I, will I, do I? Yes, I do. Is it easy? Heck no. Heck no. It's not easy at all. And there are those who would say I'm a fool. And I say thank you. Thank you for that title. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for that support. And there are those who understand totally and say, man, how do you do that? Well, let me show you. Let me show you. Do you have a minute? Let me show you. I'm a firm believer that everything that I do is correct and right. Does it look like it from the outside? I don't know, because I don't know what other people see. I don't know until you tell me. So if I look like a hoodlum, or if I look like a ragamuffin, or if I look like whatever it is, it may look like to you, so be it. Or if I look like a king, or a TV show producer, or director, or whatever. But that's not me. That's Tiffany White Sagewood. I walk in my truth. I walk in my feet. I walk in my soul. I walk in my body. And I am who and what I have always been, who and what I was always meant to be. No one said it was going to be easy. No one said there was going to be riches. No one said there might be hard times. No one said that you have lung issues, that'll affect you for your lifetime. What am I going to do other than deal with the lung issues that affect me for a lifetime? It's been a lifetime. And it might be lifetimes. Or I may come into my next lifetime and it'll be totally gone, which is kind of my hope. And this is the womb trauma. This isn't something that came up as I was growing up and I was affected by something. This came out of womb trauma. My father was an alcoholic. Is your father an alcoholic? How is it and what is it that you behave in a way that you behave that came up as a direct result of how you were raised or something that happened in your life? That's what this asthma is. It's womb trauma. My dad was a bad alcoholic, and my mom, She was a wife and a mother and a daughter and a beautiful soul. And she had to put up with a lot of nonsense, and she didn't feel loved. And she had to defend herself, and the stress hormones would go up in her body, and they would go up in the baby's body. And when I was in gestation, I asked her about my gestation time, and if there was something going on in the house. And she said, yeah, well, your father, you know. And, God bless him, but I'm a result of that. And the only thing I can do about it is continue to go to Sweat Lodge and be nourished by Mother Earth in that womb, because in the womb is where this trauma is going to be taken care of, I hope. And in a place of love, in a place of giving and receiving love. I try to receive love even when no one's giving it, because I give it to myself. You know, do you know how to give to yourself? Do you know how to live for yourself? Do you know how to not get involved with duty and try to live up to duty? Because duty is no reason to do anything. I hope. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I don't know why I'm fumbling. And I am Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And you can call in at 713-955-0332. And you can let us know what you're thinking. If you have stinking thinking, or if you have a question, or if you don't agree with something I say, because I agree to disagree, I won't argue with you. You know, I'll listen to what you have to say. Does that happen in your household? Does that happen in your circle of friends? Or are you judged harshly? Because there's no love in doing that. There really isn't. There isn't any love. And, hey, hi, human. I'm known for, maybe battling with that stuff, but we make more effort in moving in the right direction than going backwards. I hope. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All those things. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, now is the time. Thursday, we move into the solstice. Join me at 10 a.m. on Thursday for a free event, a free solstice event. I hope. It's a celebration of grounding, magic, wisdom, and rest. Grounding, magic, wisdom, and rest. Direction of the north. Direction of the grandmothers and the grandfathers, all my relations, the ancestors. Direction of rest, earth, winter. Rest. It's a magical time. I hope. I can't wait. I'm excited. Anyways, so getting back to the business at hand, there's a lot of things we can do. You can go to a shrink, you can go to a therapist, and you can go to find a lot of help in a lot of different places. But a lot of that help is in the head. And what I'm talking about is in the body. When will you learn to cry? When will you allow yourself to cry? When will you allow yourself to get angry? When will you allow yourself to be hurt and let go of the fear of the retribution and the shame and the judgment of that? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm not worried about the judgment of that stuff. Retribution and any of that stuff. Oh, we have a call from the 917. 917, how can I help you? How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Who's calling? Who am I speaking to?
My name is Ashil. I've spoken to you probably earlier in the year.
Say that again?
Ashil, A-S-H-I-L.
How you doing, Ashil? Welcome to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show.
Thank you.
How can I help you today?
I don't know if I don't know what question, but I've been going through changes in my life, and spiritual as well, and I had to let a lot of people go. And I'm just trying to see where things are now. I'm ready to move forward, so I'm just trying to figure out where I might, finish the cycle, or I might ready to start a new cycle, or just try, because I know there's a reason why I went through that process of getting rid of people that no longer serve me.
Yeah. It's a tough one letting people go, isn't it? I mean, especially when they're people we care about and we really respect or would like to honor, and they may not be honorable, but when we have to let people go because they're just they they make things worse rather than better, but they're also tools and catapults for ourselves to where we're going. That's the medicine there. They're the examples of what we don't want for ourselves. And it sounds like you're making right decisions for yourself.
No, but it's challenging though, because especially now this time of the year, it's kind of, but I know I had to do it for the right reasons, because I had to let go of families as well,
Yeah.
So family members as well, and it's pretty much very lonely, but I just felt like, in order to start a new chapter, I need to close the old one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's more that I need to do before moving to the new chapter, the new path, so to speak.
That's right. I always say, I'm a tree. I am a tree that's well rooted. I'm a tree that's well fruited, and my foundation and my roots are deep. And I'm the tree that doesn't get knocked down by the four winds. And what are your four winds? What are the things that'll knock you down? And sometimes it's the people in our life. They make us feel lousy about ourselves.
Yep.
And sometimes
Yep.
we don't want to blame them. Because we chose, well, we don't get to choose your family, but you choose friends and things and work situations. But, sometimes we make choices that we can't beat ourselves up over. It's too late. There's no sense in beating yourself up over something, a choice. But we can change it. We can move forward if we're willing to give ourselves that gift. I often say, Achille, that, wrap a ribbon around yourself for the holidays and give yourself the gift of your presence to yourself. Being present for yourself, being in your heart, being in your lungs, being in your soul, being in your fire, being in your water, being in your root, in the feet of who and what you are, a whole, connected to Mother Earth, connected to the four directions, connected to the sun, the sky, the stars, a whole, And it's not always easy to do that. It's not always easy. It's not always easy to do that.
No, it's not. But I'm staying strong. The only thing that keeps me going is my faith.
Yes.
I think with it, in times where I was like, wow, I'm not going to be able to do that. But at the same time, when I let go, I saw some positive changes in terms of bad habits that I had that I also let go.
Yeah.
So somebody was connected with people, but I don't want to use the word lonely, but it's to a point, you surrounded by people that nobody's around anymore, but inside of me, I feel like, it's going to pay off. It's just something that I have transition that I have to go through.
Yeah.
I'm faithful. I have faith. Literally, that's what keeps me going. My faith.
That's good.
Really, just keep going. Even you don't understand what's going on, but I feel like things gonna fall into places eventually, because as long as I'm truthful of being who I really am and not compromising, settling like I used to do.
Yeah.
Just to fit in, like most people do, actually, not come to me like that.
Right.
To fit in, they try to compromise themselves just to be part of a group, and I don't do that anymore. I don't mind coming home and watching the news, so to speak, and I have people come around me a lot. But once I see the signs, that's what I was dealing with in the past. I just move on. I don't waste my time. Stop. It's just sometimes because that temptation. It's like, okay, let's just give him this temporary, but then I feel like all the work that I've done would be a waste of time,
Yeah.
So I just, like I said, for me, it's faith, prayer, and that gets me going.
Yeah, it's interesting when we compromise ourselves, we don't realize it at the time. It's later in hindsight that we like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why was I there? Why was I with them? And you know, and there may not be anything wrong with them, but just things affect us for a reason. We know what our stuff is, you know, and we may not always want to look at it, but they sometimes force us to look at ourselves, and it's really uncomfortable, you know, and sometimes it's good to keep those people. You know the old saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. You know, sometimes it's a good idea just to keep that reminder. Hello, you know, keep the reminder of what is and what we're cognizant of, and how our behavior changes for whatever reason. I hope, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though. When you go through a process, people I used to be very close friend with, and I see them on the street now. I'm like, what was that thing? My sister, let's discuss it. I don't even know why. I just get this feeling like I don't want that engineer whatsoever. I go to the point I haven't say hello to them. I just don't, you know, I'm done. I don't even want hello from you. It's just that energy so, because I don't know why. It becomes so dark to me. I didn't see it before. Now it's like I can feel it.
Yeah.
That's why I become very sensitive to that stuff. Because of that, I just don't want nothing to do with people like that. I used to be more like, let me just say hello to them. But in the past, when I used to do that, somehow the relationship would start again.
Yeah.
So I just go to the point that we should have been good luck, you know, and then I just be a stranger to me at that point.
Yeah, the best thing to do is just to wish them well. You know, I never like to wish something bad on anybody who I don't have a good way with or a good relationship with. It's because I'm not here to have a good relationship with everybody. I'm here to have a good relationship with myself, and the benefits of having a good relationship with myself is allowing myself to have good relationships with outside of myself, from others, you know, and be compassionate and be caring and be understanding and be nurturing, you know. And it's not always easy, you know. It's not always easy because...
Yeah, but I mean, that I learned to forgive too, you know, even though I don't forget. But, you know, I learned to forgive in order for me to release that energy. I have to forgive.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things that happened to me, family, friends. I had a business with one close friend of mine who just took me to the cleaners. And I was upset for a long time, and he affected me. You know, I started, you know, having bad habits. And I realized I can't have that energy, you know, around me. So I just forgiving him and say, you know what, thank you for the valuable lesson. You know, I'm ready to move on. I wish you the best. You know, I'm not going to try and come after you. I'll just let, you know, universe its course. And, you know, and I'm way that it makes things so much easier for me after that point. You know, just to forgive, even though people hurt you, just forgive them and move on, get that energy out of your life. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know the right thing to do, but I just feel like it's best for me not to carry that negative, you know, and I just wish you the best, and I'm move on in my life, and I try not to think about you, and, you know, every time the thoughts come in my mind, I just ask, you know, university, get it out of my life. I don't want to be associated with somebody like that. It's got the codes and all that stuff, you know, Andrew Michael, and then move on. But like I said, all that, it worked for me, but I find myself in a place where I'm not really alone. But it just, you know, like I say, faith, just be strong, and, you know, I feel like a new chapter from shall start. And I'm going to pretty much have, you know, have people who are more, well, it's so light, you know, and I'm, you know, at least that's what I'm praying for, and you know, praying for there.
Yeah.
And hopeful, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where things are. And I hope in the new year, it's about to start, you know, then it's just, you know, I feel like I hope that I'm in that place where that chapter, you know, that everything, that chapter is closed now, you know, like whatever I need to do, the lesson that I need to learn, that I've learned it now, and I'm ready to move on to, you know, but I don't know, I can tell, you know, like sometimes I just pray over it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's what's wonderful about the abundance of our harvest from fall, from autumn, because we get to take it with us into the den, into our time of rest, of hibernation in the wintertime, you know, in rest, time of wisdom, the time of magic, you know, time of the Christ consciousness, the birth of Christmas, you know, the New Year, and letting go of that with the new moon, which was yesterday, letting go of those things that no longer serve us. It's a perfect time to for your transition. Achille. Just a perfect time, you know. And
Good.
I'm, for one, am glad you called in today. I've talked to you before, haven't I?
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I talked to you earlier during the year.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year. Because I tried to talk, get my, not at the end of the year, just to get,
Yeah.
feeling what's going on. But let me ask you something. How can I find out where am I in terms of my transition to my path or my full mission? Where am I? Is there any way I can find out? Because I'm just feeling like I'm closing the chapter in terms of the lesson. I'm not sure. Just something that I'm feeling. Is there any way I can find out?
I'm a firm believer in meditation and sitting still and being silent and asking the spirit guides, the spirit animals to speak to me and tell me where I'm supposed to, give me the information on where I'm supposed to go. But it's a good idea to maybe journey, take a journey with somebody, find a shamanic practitioner who is willing to take you on journey. I use a drum, a 27-inch powwow drum, to take people on journey, to go into the place of the fire of the medicine. And we can ask our spirit guides in that place, once you find them, what it is that I need to be doing. What is it that's calling to me? I mean, is there any one thing in particular that may be calling to you right now that you're noticing more than others?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting those numbers, those major numbers. I've been getting a lot of them, and then, it gives me an idea in terms of what career that I should take and, to be a service, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I just don't know exactly, what direction. I just, it keeps repeating itself. The numbers keep repeating that, you have to do different things, something like this. But it's nothing that I've done before. So, and I just, like I said, I pray over it. I just stay open and just follow the signs.
Yeah. Where do you live, Achille?
New York City.
New York City. I would suggest finding a teacher, somebody who is out there teaching and carrying a good medicine, and to learn from, to share with, just to ebb and flow with, and because what happens a lot of times, once you get into the conversation, those sorts of conversations, what starts to happen is we start to download information, not just from that teacher, but from source, from Creator Great Spirit. And and then what happens is more teachers start to appear who start to share with you their walk, and then you start finding a way, you start finding a way. There it is, exactly. You start finding a way which becomes your way. Because I had no idea that this is what I was going to be doing. I started off as a simple energy healer, and I moved, and I got called as a shamanic practitioner, as a shamanic drummer, as a teacher, as all these different things that I do. And I had no idea this is what I was going to do. But I also had 5 or 6 teachers that I would walk with, that I would have lunch with, that I would spend time with. We would trade abilities, because I'm an energy healer and I clear people and I balance them, and then they would do past life progression with me to help me get to a certain place or find out some more stuff. So in the ebb and flow of trading and sharing information, more information starts to come about who and what you are and what path you'll be taking. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into something like that. Because like you said, I would have never, if you have told me probably 6 years ago that I would be in this place, I would have just turned you crazy. Because I was a completely different person. I was into just money and, the whole thing, partying and buying the clothes. And now it's just like, I changed, I'm a different person. It's like things I find that people are no longer appealing to me. Yeah. So.
That's beautiful.
You just stay open and just, to me, what I do, I just stay open. That's one thing.
Right.
Stay open and ask questions sometimes. And stay still, meditate and just wait on the answers. But sometimes, it's a journey, though. I don't want to say the words can be really challenging, but it's part of the journey.
The journey is the journey, and it's it goes up, it goes down, it goes round, it goes the other way, and what are you gonna do? It's the way it is, and and you know what? Thank God, because if it was an easy journey, we wouldn't learn anything. The difficulties of the things that happen in our life and the situations and the people who are difficult or whatever, they're there for a purpose, and they're there for us to learn how to navigate those waters, on that journey. Sometimes the waters are going to be choppy, sometimes they're going to be big waves, sometimes it's going to be smooth. But boy, thank God for the smooth times, but thank God for the choppy and times and the big waves, because if we learn to navigate in those waters, we end up with a bigger heart, with a bigger soul, and we end up being able to teach and help others with the experience, the Me Too experience. You too, me too. They can relate to you on that level, and without even knowing it, you're sharing your good medicine. I hope, that's an awesome thing.
Wow. It's funny you say that, because that's part of some of the messages that I've been getting.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, I look forward to the new year, but I'm definitely ready for change.
Yeah.
I'm ready for start something new, because I've been I've done the work, and I'm just now just ready to, start a new path.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. I mean, little, like I said, to me, the only thing that keeps me going is my faith, and, praying and just having faith. I mean, I don't know where I'm going yet, but I just figure that I will know what I need to know at the right time.
Right. Right. You're walking the broad highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For taking my call. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
Talk to somebody who cannot listen. Yeah, because you can't really talk to everybody regarding
this. This is true. And Ashiel, I want to let you know, if you want to go to my website at sacreddrum24.weebly.com, I offer mentoring services, and if that's something that you're in need of to help you move forward, let me know, by sending me an email at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can even call my office number at area code 818-442-1717, because we never know when we're going to need that, and we never know where to go for that.
Yeah, I have the information, but I'm also definitely going to take your advice to look for something local.
Yeah.
And just try to be able to sit down with somebody talk to you. I think that can be very helpful too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, happy holidays, Ashiel, and a happy New Year. And I hope to talk to you soon. I look forward to it. And blessings to you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope. All right. Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow just finished talking to Ashiel. He's called in from New York, and he's on his path, and he's having to clean house and let go of things in his life, and he's willing to do that. He understands what it takes. He understands what he needs. He understands what he wants. Do you understand what it is you want, need, and have to do? Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to give it to yourself? Write the things down that you want to let go of. I would say, please write down the things that you want to let go of. And write down the things that you want to step into. Because you have to clear out the old stuff, the old rubbish, if you will, to bring in the new right behind it. Because if there's no room for something new, it's not going to stay. It's just going to fall off. Like when you put a magnet on a refrigerator that doesn't stay on, it keeps falling off because it's not supposed to be there. Oh, I apologize. Oh boy, it's been a long show with this cough. Anyways, 818-442-1717 is my office number, and Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com is my email number. Feel free to call me or email me and set up an appointment for a long distance healing. I do long distance healing. I do mentoring. I do counseling, and even short distance. If you want to come to my office, it doesn't have to be long distance. And right now I'm running a special. You can get 5 sessions, normally of $840. You get 2 healing sessions and 3 mentoring sessions for only $500. And that's only going to be good till like the 10th of January. Okay, so take advantage of that. Hold on a sec. Oh, okay. Anyways, so yeah, go ahead and take advantage of that. It's good till the 10th of January. $500 for 5 sessions. My sessions normally run $140 per session, and that's a good price and saving of money. You can buy some extra Christmas presents if that's what you're into, or buy something for yourself. Make your car payment, make your house payment, whatever it is you need to do with that extra money that you save. I'd like to remind you that you're watching and listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony J. Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And I'm asking you, what are you willing to do for yourself and give yourself for the new year, for the new beginnings of the Christ consciousness, the birth of the Christ consciousness? What are you willing to give yourself? What are you willing to let go of? Are you willing to say yes to yourself? Oi shino tahona chino watahona ye. Oi shino. Oi shino. Oi shino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, now I know what that means. How about that? I didn't know what that meant, what I just finished saying. I know what it means now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It comes when it comes. How about that? So, and if you can't find anybody to help you, I know sometimes we don't know where to look for or turn to for help. Give me a call. Send me an email, reach out and see how I can help you. If you need mentoring, if you need counseling, if you need healing sessions, if you need the clearing, if you need to drum, the journey drum, and to a journey to where the place where your medicines are in the fire, the place of the fire. And if you don't have spirit guides, you don't know who your spirit guide is or what, or your spirit animal. You can journey with me and we can take you to that place. I will be doing that live online starting the beginning of the year. It will be a weekly event on Thursday night where I drum for journey, and you can pay your $10 and dial in and you can journey with us. You can do it with headset on, or you can do it through the speakers of whatever device you're using. If you're connected to your stereo. I use a 27-inch powwow drum. There's no ayahuasca or peyote involved. I don't, personally for myself, I don't believe in those things. And you don't want me taking anything like that. But it's all about your intention. What is your intention? What is your intention for your ascension? Where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? 818-442-1717 is my office number. Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com is my email number. You can dial in and speak to me at 713-955-0332 at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. I want to thank my producer, Tiffany White Sagewoman, for all the hard work that she does for all of us here on Goldilocks Productions, and on Blog Talk Radio, and everybody that streams a beautiful and great message. There's plenty of folks out there, and we have a great team here at Goldilocks Productions, and I'm just proud after over a year, to be here still. I didn't know that I was going to come this far. So, yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing time. Anyways, so next week is, I don't even know if we're on the air next week because I know the holidays are next week, but Tuesday, I should be back. And if I'm not, we'll let you know, for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony J. Rodriguez, Walking Crow. But what I want to do is I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Happy Holidays, a Happy Kwanzaa, a Happy Hanukkah. I want to wish you the best of letting go and the best of birthing the newest you that you could possibly give yourself and give to the world. Inhale in, exhale out. Vibrate out and give yourself the best of what you got. My name's Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you've been listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, and I want to say thank you for coming. Mitakiyasi. Oishino wa oshito hona shino ta honata. I shino. I shino.